Grandma, how come I never see my mother?
Ay, mijo, it's difficult. She can't. Eres la luz de mi vida. Listen to me very carefully. Escuchas? You have to stay inside the house for a while.
Hello, and welcome to Stage, Screen, and In Between with Helen. I'm Helen Proimos, and I'm coming to you from Hollywood, California today. I have a very special guest. He is the grand prize winner of the City of Angels Women's Film Festival yesterday. He was the producer on a wonderful movie, a short film called This Land Is. Robert, congratulations to you. How exciting for you.
No, it blew me away. Out of 90 films, including 5 features, we pulled that prize down. I'm in shock. And Bunnie Rivera, who wrote and directed and executive produced, was even in more shock about it. But we pulled it off. That was great.
Isn't that terrific? So tell everybody what it is you win other than the statuette.
We won a $15,000 camera package, rental camera package from Panavision. And Panavision actually got to vote who had a big part in who would get this award. So I'm really excited. Bunnie's a first-time filmmaker. She flew me up to Oregon so we can produce this and get it done, and it's been hitting the festivals like a big storm.
Terrific. So let's tell everybody, give a brief synopsis of what the movie is about.
Well, it's a story of this young Latino boy and how he has to deal with the fact that his mother is a drug addict, goes into rehab. So her mother, his grandmother, takes him in and gives this kid a life, sets him straight, and then she shows up out of rehab and wants the boy back.
The natural mother.
Yes. So it's that struggle, and it's this happens every day in the hood, in the ghetto, in major cities, and that's basically the story.
Yeah. So what is the name of the lead actress? Gloria Liano.
Gloria Leno Kennedy plays the grandmother. Hunter Rocha plays the boy, who's fantastic. He's working a lot here in Hollywood. 11-year-old boy. And the rest of the character actors were cast up in Portland, Oregon, which is where we shot.
Yeah. So tell everybody what your reaction was when you were chosen to produce this movie, because you had to leave town. So did you know Bunnie beforehand?
Before we made the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew Bunnie because Bunnie lived here and she was a character actress, working a lot actually. But she was very disappointed about just playing maid roles and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, and then the rents got, they really went up at one point here in LA. So she moved to Portland, Oregon, where she has lots of family. And then missed this and got in touch with me. I helped script doctor the script for her. And then she wanted to make it, so I was a supervising producer and helped get it made, showed her how to get it to festivals, put it out there.
Yeah.
So
you've already won several festivals, right?
Oh yeah, just recently we won a grand prize at the Marina del Rey Film Festival. We just got a finalist award at a film festival in Paris, and a festival in India. We just won 4 awards.
Wow, that's terrific. So now this was the 5th year for the City of Angels Women's Film Festival.
Correct.
And it was, tell everybody a little bit about the founder, because you know her better than I do.
Lisa Corrado. Lisa's a wonderful actress, producer, and she wanted to make a festival where women have a voice. And that was the one thing about all the films, like you saw. Like you saw that every film had a voice. So I was very proud of Bunnie's story. She wrote it, she directed it, she produced it, and I just helped to make it happen.
Yeah. So it's, I would say all the movies were very good, but what stood out, I think, with this movie was the message. You know, and in a way that it could actually help people and open up conversation in regard to this. Families that get broken, people that take care of children, people that really care, family members that are very concerned for the safety of their loved one, and then a person might come back into the picture who might be unsettled, and there's a tug of war over a child, you know, so what do you do about that? You love your daughter, you love the grandchild, and how do you proceed and try to protect everybody, you know, so there's a lot going on.
This is not unique, though. I mean, this happens more than you think.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's and it's just getting that message out. I mean, I think it's a wonderfully written story. I think the characters are very well developed, and you know, and I think it's a wonderful film for something we shot in 4 days.
Yes, is that what it was? 4 days?
Yeah, 25 minutes, 4 days.
Yeah, and Gloria really played a very convincing grandma. I thought she was really a part of the glue that held that together. So tell us some of the things that might have happened that could have stopped the production, because there were a few pitfalls that happened. Do you want to tell everybody?
Well, with one, we were on a tight schedule this one day, and we had to go to the house where he lived with his drug addict mother, and it was supposed to be just a really terrible house. So for the exterior, we had a house that was condemned, but we decided not to shoot in it because it was all really bad mold. We didn't want anybody to get sick. So we arranged and paid for another location to use the interior that somebody owned, but nobody lived there for about a year. And when we went there, nobody was there, and we couldn't get in the house. Like first, I told Bunnie, I said, "Look, we paid for the house. I can lockpick it and get in." And she didn't want to do that. Yeah. So she called up her daughter, and we went over her house real quick and destroyed the back room. Destroyed the rug, ripped it up, cut it up, made it look like that one scene where the kid's eating the cereal on the floor. Yeah. And
to make it look authentic.
Yeah, we destroyed the. So that was put us a little bit behind, but not enough.
Okay. So tell our audience also, you had another movie that was premiering in Kentucky that you couldn't see.
Exact same time in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, Live, Laugh, Die, which I star in this feature, and I couldn't make it there because I also have rehearsals on a play here in L.A. with Wanda, who you met, Wanda Ray Willis, called Beauty Queen's Wish. So when it rains, it pours. I sit by the pool all summer.
And now everything at once. So share with us some of your past projects and your story about moving from New York to California to pursue your acting career.
I would have never thought, as a Brooklyn-born New Yorker, that I would ever be living in California. I have to admit that, you know. But, yeah, I came out on a Spielberg film and just never left. That's the simple story.
Yeah. So that was Hook, right?
Yeah, that was Hook, the end of 1990. And
so you also studied here, didn't you? Or was in New York at the Actors Studio?
I studied with Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, a little bit with Uta Hagen, Shelley Winters, all in New York. Yeah. All in New York.
Yeah. So what do you think of the acting scenario these days?
It's from the actor's point of view, or from the
From your point of view, as opposed possibly to what the world is saying.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's really big that it's like the Marvel stuff. You know, it's very expensive to make. It's got special effects, and I guess that hypnotizes an audience. But if you base it down to a written script, it's basically cowboys and Indians all over again, over and over and over.
What do you mean by that?
It's one group of people, and usually the rich overtower some kind of bunch of peoples, and then at the end the peoples win, the corrupt people don't. As opposed to a nice drama or a really funny comedy. And you know,
What is your preferred genre to act in?
drama.
Drama.
I have good comedy, but I don't get those roles because, you know, I look mafia guy.
Yeah. You could be a businessman too.
I have a face made for radio.
You could be you're very handsome. You could be a distinguished businessman, father.
Oh, I could be, but in this business they nail you. That's why I tried to stay away from horror, because I have friends that are stuck in horror 30 years.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You get pigeonholed, typecast, they call that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So what about some of the other movies that were in the festival? Because I was there at the screening of your movie, which I thought was absolutely fabulous. Other movies in that block were very good too, visually, story-wise. What did you think of what the selections were?
Every one of them won an award in that block.
Yeah.
So there were 4 of us films. They all won awards. We won the grand prize, the camera package, the Panavision award. The first film, The Suit, won Best Short Film. The film about Malta won Best Foreign Film, and the JP one with the singer won. I forgot what it won, but it won something big too. So that block cleaned up.
Yeah, they had a lot of submissions. What did you say? There were 900 submissions?
I think there was a couple of thousand submissions. 90 films screened, 85 shorts, and only 5 features.
So now, what do you prefer? Do you prefer working on films or theater? What do you like?
As what? As a producer, as an actor, as a writer?
As an actor.
I like theater, but I don't have time for it. And I'm doing a play now, but it's only going to run 2 days. Film, I prefer working film. Commercials pay the bucks, but film.
Have you directed anything?
I've directed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 award-winning shorts.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
So what is your preference, a feature film or a short?
As far as what?
Acting, and then you can say producing or directing.
I like these film festivals and doing independent films because as an actor, as a highly trained actor, I can really divulge myself into the character. They're more flexible about you developing your character as opposed to well-known directors, big-budget studio films. They want what they want, you know, and you're going to stay there until you give it to them.
Yeah. So what is your goal in the future? Do you set goals, or you just deal with things as they come along?
Sometimes I set goals. I set myself a writing goal for 2 years, and that was to write a screenplay every month. Wow. And I wound up in 44 months writing 44 screenplays. And
That's ambitious.
I started to get obsessed with it. But I don't know, I seem to have a mixed blend of producing, directing, writing, and acting, which I like, you know, I kind of like. Yeah. But I like the creative ends more, the directing not so much, writing and acting more, but I'm really good at the producing.
What are some of your favorite movies to watch?
Oh, I like old films. Comedies, It Happened One Night with Clark Gable, and Mad World.
Oh, yeah, Under the Big W.
Dramas, All About Eve, A Patch of Blue, African Queen, Oh man, there's so many.
When you watch a movie, do you try to see what the top, maybe old-time actors do? Try to figure out what it was about them that made them successful?
Well, of course, if you're smart, you learn about the past in any craft, whether you're a musician or an artist. You want to know what made those people famous. You want to understand about having your own way of doing it and creating unique, believable characters. So, of course, some of these kids don't do that anymore. That's their problem.
Yeah. They don't know who you're talking about. Yeah. Now, you mentioned musician. Now, you're also a guitarist, right, Robert?
Yes, I play since I'm 6 years old. Every day, at least an hour, but somewhere between an hour and 2.5 hours. Yeah.
That's a lot. What do you think about being physically fit and wholesome and spiritually positive? How do you think that affects your work?
Well, it's very important. It's not necessarily affecting your work as much as it's affecting your endurance. I mean, I see people just get eaten up by the rejection and they go negative and then it's over. I mean, the casting notes can smell negative. You know, producers and directors can smell negative and they don't want it on their set. And so it's about endurance too. It's about having a tough skin. It's about not having it personal, because sometimes you're just making stuff up. You're thinking that you didn't get it because you're not the best actor, when in reality it had nothing to do with that. It had to do with, you know, he had to put his sister's kid in the role or she was going to disown him.
Or they needed someone with dark hair. You have light hair.
Well,
you needed brown eyes, blue eyes. Physical characteristics come into play, right?
Can't take it personal.
Yeah.
Gotta have
So what do you think about nowadays? It's a lot of auditions are done by self-tape as opposed to getting to go in front of the casting directors because of COVID. What do you think about it?
I try not to do self-tapes. I haven't really done them. I've turned down some stuff. I just feel it doesn't show the best part of me. It doesn't let me show what I have. It's good for people that don't have talent, but when I'm in the room, I want you to see the magic I can make. I want you to see the difference. I want you to see the difference between crazy me and the role I'm playing, which is crazy him. Yes.
Yeah, it might be a little harder for your personality to come through and your vibe, you know, to make that project through the camera as opposed to being in the room with somebody. So
besides, I have to, you know, like now I gotta learn 8-10 pages of dialogue. I gotta hire a crew. I gotta have craft service, serve them breakfast, put them on payroll. I mean, this gets expensive. I don't want to audition anymore. Give me a role, or hey.
Did you audition a lot of people for the movie that you just won with?
No, Bunnie had them all lined up in Portland, flew Hunter and Gloria up, and Eddie, the teacher, who's also a working actor, who was really wonderful. It was just so natural with the kids.
Yeah.
And the rest were all cast in Portland, Oregon.
So what are you going to do now that you have this wonderful Panavision package? Are you going to be looking to make a feature?
Well, yeah, Bunnie's working on the script now. I'll probably script doctor it for her, because that's like money, that's like an investment in the film, and they call that in kind, with a camera package from Panavision, which is the premier.
Is that part of the requirement? Is that you use it to make a feature from the film that they saw? No. What are the requirements?
Whatever we want to use it for. I mean, you can probably use it towards whatever you need camera-wise to make a short, but I think it's smart to use it to parlay it into more investment money, to show that people believed in us. I mean, this film was only finished 3 months ago. It's been in 21 festivals.
Now, are you in charge of submitting, or is that something that Bunnie does?
Bunnie does, but I recommend her, and I start with the people I know, because it is politics. It definitely is politics. So.
Now, did you learn anything from making this short film that you didn't know before, even though you're very experienced? Do you learn each time?
Yeah, I try and always take something in. Time and again, you know, the big lesson, which everybody learns sooner or later, is You gotta be able to think on your feet, and if something happens, you can't just throw it all in. You gotta think real fast how you could change that in the script or in the film and keep moving and shooting, because you know these things are really low budget, even though they're SAG. They're low budget, and you can't afford to sit around the whole day and figure out what you're going to do because you didn't get this location or this happened, or you know, you just got to go with the flow.
Right.
So I'm always learning that.
So now you had told me that you wrote a lot of screenplays. What one stands out in your mind that you would like to do personally yourself?
4 Miles Left, because it's very personal to me because of my spiritual journey. And it's about a dying boy who's the most gifted spiritual boy on the planet. He knows everything about where we go when we die, and he has no problems with his own death because he has a deadly disease. However, he's sad about hearing his mother and father cry about knowing his impending death. And it's just this beautiful story I take people on.
Okay. Do you write any comedies?
Yes.
Give us one.
Okay, I'm good with titles. It's called Into the Closet. And it's about a really, really good interior decorator who can't get the time of day. And so he decides to fake being gay, and he becomes the biggest hit in LA. But through this journey, as a fake gay man, he can't reveal that he's not gay anymore because he's got celebrity. He falls in love with this woman, and she looks at him as his best girlfriend. So she undresses in front of him and stuff, and he can't do anything about it. He'll lose his whole career.
Oh, that's a good one.
So it's called Into the Closet.
Oh, that's a very good one. I like that one.
Don't steal it.
They will.
Oh, I'm Sicilian. You don't want to steal from me.
So now, do you ever take any kind of vacation? Do you get to go away? And if you do you get ideas from doing that? Because I know you go to New York.
I go away, it's usually work. You know, I love when they fly you everywhere, you know. Fly me here, fly me there. Yeah, I'll go, let's go to Cambodia, let's go here, let's go there. I get it. As a musician and a songwriter too, I get ideas about everything in the middle of the night. I always leave a pad and paper on the side of the bed, and I write those little things down.
They say that's what you should do.
Because I can parlay it into a screenplay later, or poetry, or whatever I want to do with it, a song.
Do you like poetry?
Yeah, I have an unfinished poetry book I should finish, called Live, Love, and L.A. And it's 33 poems about life, 33 poems about love, and 33 poems about L.A.
Oh, that's very interesting.
And then I want to shoot pictures for every maybe third poem, a picture that reflects to that poem.
So now Bunnie went back today, right?
Bunnie flew back
You said that her reaction when she won was really something.
Yeah, she was just so disappointed because we got one bad critique on the film, and everybody else just loved it.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, I'm going to go lead into it.
Oh, okay.
So she had been really depressed about this critique and couldn't let it go, and we're going through all the awards and down to the last award, and she's just ready to leave, and all of a sudden they announced the film, and she just throws her phone up in the air. And I go up on stage with her in case she's going to faint. And, she did a little bit, she didn't know what to say. She did a little bit of one of those Jackie Gleason speeches, like, spoke a little bit.
And that was genuine because she didn't expect it.
And then she spoke a little bit of beautiful words. And then I grabbed the mic and I just thanked Lisa for, because this is the end of the festival, for throwing on such a beautiful festival, giving all these beautiful women a voice to have their films out there.
Yes.
And Lisa started to tear. So, and that's what happened.
That is true, because I had mentioned to Robert, I said, you're one of the few guys that were watching the films because it was a women's film festival.
I'm thinking about the film, and then I look around me and it's like, oh my God, there's all these beautiful women.
But you were there to support, as I was. I was there to support. It was,
pay this person's rent and give
not
support.
that kind. To be in the audience because people want to have their movies seen.
Oh, they're gonna do it
And
all around the world.
there's something about independent films for people that are not familiar with that industry. Get yourself to a film festival, an indie film festival, because you will see topics that really you don't see on mainstream TV, right?
And learn the culture. You know, these people are so loyal to other filmmakers. If you want to be in the business, you got to be around it. It just absorbs in you like a sponge. That's the best thing you could do, especially in LA. That's the way you get work, whether you're an actor or producer. You go to cafes, you hang out where they hang out, and
Your network, right?
You network, baby. We'll do lunch.
Yeah, so let's go do lunch, Robert.
All right.
We're here in LA, we're in Hollywood, sitting on a beautiful park bench, and now we're going to go have a bite. Well, thank you for watching us, and Robert, thank you so much, and
Oh, sure.
congratulations on
I hope you
your
enjoyed
big
it.
win.
Your big trip here in sunny SoCal.
Right, right. I've had beautiful weather. I've had beautiful weather, and I had a beautiful time. I had a really great time seeing a lot of indie films. You do the same. Bye.